Hello, hello. Just checking if the stream is working. Okay, we're back. We're here after many days of consideration. I decided to stream again, even though I perfectly understand that this stuff is nearly unbeatable, and there are a lot of things that are even more ominous than the ones we've already achieved. Nonetheless, I'm here. I also wanted to just play GregTech and wanted to start a new world, just play by myself, but then I realized, then why not play this one? So I don't remember anything that happened and that's about to happen. First of all, let me quickly episode 53. Yeah, so bacon. Oh, that's a good sign. 4 bacon in a row, that's a very good sign. Also 44 aluminum ingot is also a good sign. This one is not working for some reason. No wood, I suppose. Yep. So, I should probably set a simple goal today, which is another crop manager with wood. There's a problem I don't want to deal with, and I hoped that I would. Wait, I think I'm actually capable of doing it now. Instead of going the route where I would get a solar boiler plus turbine plus everything, I would just do this kind of thing. And there are a few things I should have in order to make this achievable. First is an MV assembler, which I already have. I just built it last episode. And the aluminum iron plate, which I get from the forming press, which is also a machine of MV tier. With these two guys, it becomes well, and the autoclave, obviously. Yep. Three machines will trivialize three machines will trivialize the process of setting up new crop managers, but there's also a 1-volt solar panel. It's just requires just an MV assembler. I don't know if that's enough for the boiler, for the crop manager. Maybe it isn't enough. I should probably go ahead and maybe Google that. I don't know, I guess I should start with duping some steel, right? Have I found a way to not dupe steel? Yeah, I can cook it, but it's not something I want to do. Also got a lot of things I just don't. Copper cables and everything. Oh yeah, and the scrap boxes that I've started. This should be constantly running. Constantly. There is some money in the tank, so this should be fine. We've got 4 amps of MV to work with. And don't forget about the advanced extruder that we've just built. This stuff is a lifesaver. What is this? What do I use it? I don't know. Sometimes I just want to stand here and wait for scrap boxes to appear to just open them without ever doing anything else. Is that healthy? Okay, crap manager. Crap. I'll call it crap manager instead. Yeah, we need to deal with wood and then think about anything else, but wood goes first. To let things run, I'm going to first fix my axe. Have I finished all of my quests for... Yeah. Not the biomass. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give me one circuit and then a fermented one with a fermenter. Gives another good electronic circuit, but that's not the only way to get the circuits. Already an outage of sorts. Power loss. Nobody knows why it happened. That's fine. I want to get to that soul vessel. It's gonna change everything. But solarium. So for that, I just need one. I just need one of soul sand to begin with. Also, we have to get some fresh water. knew this was gonna happen. I knew that this thing wasn't enough for what it did. With splitting the amps, I knew that this was gonna be a problem. You know, I only dedicated like 90% of energy that the oven needs, and I thought that it was gonna balance itself out because these two machines supposedly wouldn't work the entire time, but somehow now it flips back into this. I don't know. It kind of not. It's not working the way I thought it was gonna work. You'd want to ask, why do I need a soul vial? The answer is super simple. It's for patches. Patches are important for us, for magic, for those purposes. Okay, it happened again. I think my energy setup is flawed. I said it wasn't flawed because last time it worked perfectly, but now it needs something else. It's not good. Power loss. Four amps of LV, 2 amps into the oven, 2 amps into the advanced distillery, and the rest into the fluid extractor. It's more than 1 amp, but you gotta understand that while this thing runs the entire time, these guys aren't running the entire time. They are basically waiting for the input, and then they run for some time, and then they chill. And while they're chilling, I suppose the energy that was overspent could go back into like 100% state, and it would balance itself out. Last time it worked, now it can't even finish the recipe, right? I mean, right now nothing is running, so I don't know. I think that it allows the first round to craft, and then once these guys start to run, it dies. That's my idea of it. We have to be here. Okay, there are flasks, cells, and this is why I need the shards. This for block of air, the crystals, the shards that we can't get them otherwise with some red caps and some other things. Okay, what? Now the second recipe runs. This dude starts to eat. Same. You see, it dies immediately. I guess if I really want that to work the way I intended it to work, then I must have a bigger buffer, right? There is no other way for it to work. And what is an energy buffer? It's another set of, well, maybe even you know, like one battery in a super small battery buffer would be enough. Yeah, one slot, just like that. Get 4 tin wire. You're saying I ain't got no steel? That sucks. Let's go dupe some steel. But for that we're gonna need... Yeah, I was gonna set up a steel duping company. Apparently I no longer intend to do that. What, bro? Bro, give me 2 minutes. What are you? Who are you? Do I know you? Because if I don't know you, your first message isn't supposed to be like that. Give me 2 minutes. To do what? You're gonna knock on my door or something? Or are you about to explain how your graphic design skills are so good that I should not block you in an instant? Turn those into steel through ore dough. Which is that? Please accept my apologies. The previous message was sent in error and was intended for a friend on Discord. Oh, you have a Discord? Wow. Can you please tell me the name of your Discord? I would love to add you there. That's how it's supposed to go for a new bot scheme or design. You just mentioned Discord. Please elaborate. What is Discord? Actually, discord is a word in its own, as far as I remember. It means some kind of like devastation or something. Something not good. No? Maybe I'm mistaken. Oh, Larvae is raiding with a party of 2. What up, man? What up? What up? Thank you for raid. There's another bot attack. What friend? Do you have a friend here? Airwith or whatever you are. Arif01. What friend? Seriously, there's a new bot attack happening. It's like the dude said hi and then he said that it wasn't meant for me. But again, but he said that in a way like he knows me. So you didn't even say hi to me or anything. You just started off like so strange. I mean, usually people just say hi first and then they go like explain something. You my own friend. Yeah, right. I'm definitely your friend. We share so much. Creep. Creep like creeper? I'm glad there's someone alive who actually came to my Twitch channel and called me a creep. I'm so glad that there are now actual haters. Yeah, I understand. So thank you for calling me a creep. Please, how would you like to actually cancel me? How goes things? Things are fine. I didn't want to stream today, and it turned out that I'm streaming right now, and this guy is just accusing me of being a creep because I said, what did I say? I don't know. Things are good. I was gonna start a new world, just Minecraft, off stream, you know, like just to play, to feel what it is to, you know, to chill, like lay back and do stuff like this way, because that's how I'm usually playing, with my leg on a table, you know, that kind of stuff, or the can of Coca-Cola. Twitch doesn't let me do that, you know. I have to be restricted, you know. GOG is okay. I'm not playing off screen, so last episode is last episode, you know. You probably seen what I've been doing. And I've lost my mold, ingot mold. Cannot start the steel processing again. I've kind of set up benzene. Sad with his life. Yeah, I am sad with my life. Definitely. Not even gonna lie. I'm sad with my life because I'm a creep, and because I don't know. I'm a creeper, you know? Sometimes I blow things up. I'm making a move to MV, that's sending up, moving to HV. Okay. I'm glad that you are starting to see things beyond the first few tiers, you know? Because the base you showed me just then, it was marvelous, but I felt like you were so caught up in the moment to make everything as comfy as possible for yourself, with all the shenanigans that you've had during that time, and that tier like requesting pipes and whatever you were doing, right? That I thought you didn't even feel like progressing forward, because later on it's like you didn't see that later on you would have like an actual system designed to for all of that, but in a more streamlined way. Oh, okay, but yeah, fine. I mean, it's not like a diss or anything, but I feel like, yeah. I feel like with the amount of time you spent on building all of the logistics pipes madness, you could have easily progressed up to probably IV already. I'm not sure. It depends on how savvy you are and all of what you're doing. But as far as I understand, it's like it's an intentional choice, you know, like you chose to go this way to make things. Yeah, I understand. So no problem here. I'm like, you know, I'm rather a practical person in terms of like. Well, actually, if you look at my at the way I play, you can call me practical one. I don't know. Taking time. Well, I guess it can work. Hi, Alfie. How are things going? Well, you can't per se skip MV, right? Because there are definitely, you know, things you gotta do, like an assembler, circuit assembler. LV has been broken into. That's a nice way of putting it. Knowing the infrastructure. By infrastructure, I mean like energy grid. No dedicated MV stuff. I think I understand what you're talking about. Salis. Is the pink dust you can make nether stars with? Right, I got the low voltage battery buffer. Now I'm just gonna get one battery. Wish I knew. The LV1 is fine. Of course, it's going to be the lithium one. Battery hull requires us to have 2 battery alloy plates. I got exactly 2, that's great. I didn't even know that I was gonna get that lucky. Okay. Now fill it with some lithium. Theoretically, that should be enough to resuscitate everything in here. I'm an idiot. Oh my god. As far as I remember, buffers don't just exist. Like, the amount of batteries that they have in them multiplied by 2 is the amount of amps they can output. And I built a 1-slotted voltage battery buffer. It's not gonna work. We need 4x and 4 batteries. I gotta do something with it. I don't know, maybe I'll use it somewhere. Or theoretically I could try to branch it out. It will have its own kind of energy, and then I will hook it up to this. Can I? Just out of curiosity, will it work? Nothing's gonna burn, right? It's still 4 amps. Well, technically, sometimes it's more than 4. This should help alleviate that. How can it help do that if... well, this buffer right here, that's what's gonna help. But what is a buffer on its own? It's a thing, a vessel of sorts. So if I'm eating more than 4 amps, I need a buffer which can transfer like the 5th amp. But I have only 4 volts in this redstone alloy cable, and that is a problem, right? So this one is filling up. Oh, whatever. Okay, I'm finally gonna get that crop manager done. It's very important. There's nothing more important than that. Crop manager. No. It's not helping. theoretically just macerate that boy. Sorry, Twitch. Macerate that low voltage battery buffer. And then use the other 3 batteries that I have here. I can probably spare that into the one that's there. Right? Into that system. I used to have a lot of wrought iron. Vacuum freezer. And how about a... Well, I think you've already finished your clean room, right? I was telling you to get the maximum one, or the big one. Text should be enough. And how are you getting by with that size? Aren't you at least a bit ashamed of it? I mean... Yeah, I remember when I got my first clean room, it was also like probably the minimal one. And I was figuring out how to place things inside and how to walk there afterwards because it was that cramped up, you know. Okay, this should work. So this guy outputs 4 amps of LV whenever possible, and they all go into here. So this is always a 4 amp on its own, and this is 4 amps of LV on its own as well. Resistors. Okay, the stuff is not dipping. That was the thing. It is balanced, but for some reason it wasn't enough for me this time. Larva, you said you're moving your entire base. All of that? Oh, I mean, it's crazy. How are you going to move all of it? All of what you have? There are so many things. Ah, all your base is moving. We're building. Okay. I need to find a way to somehow automate water. For example, we have a thirsty tank and it's going to be filling up the voltage buffer, the voltage fluid tank that I have here. Or maybe even this one. Oh, there's a patch. What are you doing here? What the hell are you doing here? I was just thinking about you, man. You are a forager, which means you're useless to me. I would need the one that the one that gives the shards. $3K clay. What for? Lithium? Sodium. Why do you need sodium? Is this some kind of MV business or HV business? Not seeing a sodium being part of any process. But so you're gonna get sodium batteries? Why them? Why not the lithium ones? Is they more expensive? Okay. I'm getting myself another super tank. So that's where we'll need to show up with a pump anyway. Got the rotor. Got the screw. Steel, yeah. Praise the extruder god. This is so good. To get 2 rods out of 1 ingot. Especially when the stakes are so high, rods are aluminum. Okay. Pulsating iron. Let's smelt one. So I'm getting that tank for 4 million in order to automate water. I'm not sure that's gonna work. All I need is an autocrafter right now. And a bunch of recipes, I guess, at least one recipe. I don't even remember. Yeah, here they are, recipe plan. Get it down here, and recipe plan should be water. I'm looking for Pam's one. Oh, fresh water, okay. Okay. Now, where the hell are my Project Red machines? The ones that autocraft things. Oh, it's gonna be a tough time finding them. Haven't been using them since for like 20 episodes already. Oh. That's the one. Autocrafting bench. Okay, let's imagine that this thirsty tank. Oh, let's go finish the other tank first. Nice. I got the quest done. So this stuff is going to deliver really? We need another. Oh my god. So shit. We need another pump because that site is blocked. guess the simple LV pump will do. Probably. I guess we'll start here, or even here. Then we connect it to this dude. Yeah, and it somehow bypasses the thirsty tank itself. That's not good. Okay, I will try to make it. This is the only side it can receive stuff from. Painful. Have to do something. Maybe move that thing 1 inch. I mean 1 block. It lost all of the water, but at least now the tank is independent from, the thirsty tank is independent from the water tank, which is something I was trying to achieve. In my head, at least. Now, this is only going to work if I do this. Yeah, it's a bit slower than the rate of filling, but it will eventually get up to 4 million, I think. And let's imagine that we put a stack of buckets in here. Yeah, like this. And then let's imagine that we're going to output those buckets into an auto-crafting bench that has that kind of plan. You need a conveyor or something? I guess so. Oh, there is a way without a conveyor. All we need is some hoppers. And item pipes. Here we go again. The only way it works it is if we elevate water at least a few blocks up. Yeah. Okay, kind of works. Well, look at that. This stuff is going up. The buckets don't change. It's like it's perfect cycle or something. Literally, I don't see any in or out anywhere. I'm not seeing anything in a hopper. Hit this one somehow. Wow. So this is our water. And let's imagine. Okay, there's nothing to imagine. We just need to get the hopper here. Yeah, all the empty. Okay, the empty buckets will go here. I'll even have them set up like this and blocked. And the water Oh, should also be a drawer with fresh water. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of like ballparking in here, trying to figure out how to automate fresh water production for my recycler. Conveyors would probably be better. They would be more. They would be faster than the pipes and hoppers. One stack every 5 seconds. I don't trust this thing. It basically means one item every 5 seconds. Finally have to make a flute canner. I don't remember what you need flute canner for. There's one of the things that, like something connected to the later tiers of energy hatches where you have to get this coolant, green coolant. It's from sodium or something. I don't remember. Coolant cell. This one. Sodium potassium, yes. In order to get that, the cell itself, you need to use a flute canner. Is this what you're using it for? For the first coolant? HV energy hatches, that's where you're going, right? Oh, that is so slow. At least one conveyor would be good. What the hell happened to those cacti? Oh my god. Look at that. What is this? Has anyone ever seen that? Infernal cacti. Okay. Why are you this way? They're still this way even after being broken. this one's faster. Oh. I remember the flaw of my initial design is that the water buckets on their own are gonna get stuck in this situation. No, this is not gonna work. Had exactly 16. I'm gonna red wrench them back because I don't like catching stuff. I'd rather just not bother. Design failed because I remembered why it was failing. It kind of wasn't, but I didn't like it anyway. Is there any other thing we can do about that auto crafting bench stuff? doors. So it's the same kind of thing that we have with experience. A lot faster and automated, fully automated, so it can have up to 4,000 buckets of water. If I don't visit this place for about 2 hours, I think. And then we can just craft up things pretty fast. I think that's good. Actually, I hate that. Is there like a bucket mold for an extruder? No. So it's 12 in the bender. What's it doing here? Hi, Axie. I still don't know what I'm doing. I tried to automate water. It didn't work out the way I wanted to, because I was trying to rely on hoppers and pipes, and it kind of, you know, how it goes, wasn't really reliable. So I reverted back to a better way of doing that, which is manually but faster. second thirsty tank. What a shard. Okay, stone block. So Axie, how's it going with your stream? How's the new world? Wait a second. What if I surround Thirsty Tank from all sides? Will it accelerate the speed of replenishing? Yeah, Garden of Grind is very tough. I'm basically standing here in this crucible trying to craft high nuggets from salt. I mean, theoretically, I don't really have to do that, but I don't play with my own kind of peculiarities, you know. So that's what I'm doing. So I wanted to check the theory about surrounding all of the surrounding blocks with water. See if that does anything. I suppose it shouldn't. What? It's interesting. Now it goes the same speed, but it takes from this water block and then from that water block. Don't ask me how this is staying up. There's a micro strip in here that kind of acts like a block on its own, and it's holding the. No. Theory is not working. I just need another thirsty tank, but for that, I need things. Like patches, shards. Why am I doing this? It's not the right way. The right way is to click here with all the 16 buckets. Then it's gonna spill out the rest onto the floor. Stainless steel, what is it? Is this some kind of super steel for cool guys? We don't have that in GOG. It's something out of it's an imaginary thing for us. Yeah, the steel can have no stains, which is why they call it stainless, right? All of my steel is with stains. Oh, wait. Axie says that he has spent almost stacked stainless steel already. Axie, does it mean that in your GOG world you already have access to stainless steel? How far are you right now, actually? It's been a week since I asked you last time. You said you wanted to quit for a second, looking at the things you need for, what was that? Cattle coils? I got aluminum dust from my scrap box. Oh yeah, yes. Well, that's still good. It's very good. Another gravel. Just gonna recycle it back. I have a stack of aluminum. I'm pretty proud of that. And I already know what I want to spend that stack of aluminum onto, but it's just not quite there yet. But the freaking catch trade. Well, maybe I've already looked it up like hundreds of times, but how do I get shards in this game? This stuff is for meteors, I'm sure. Well, in my option, there's only meteor. Also, the Salus Mundus. Get balanced shard out of 1. They said it's duplication, but it's not duplication, because out of 1 you get 1 and then you crush it back into 1. There's no duplication, unless this is what we're talking about. Villager trades are saying, yeah, that can be an option for us. But my villagers are... Well, technically, if you have any bee, like an air bee, you can get... Now won't let me do anything with the emotes, and you guys are not playing like this. What do you mean, Alfie? You're sending like some kind of channel point thing, like LOL, and it says Basil T8 LOL BW. Who types all this shit? Oh, because I wasn't doing it. I didn't do it. I know some people are actually come here and they start complaining that I don't have some kind of emotes or something. Like, how the hell are you a streamer if you don't have this and that? I'm like, was I supposed to get all of this? Who sells shards? This dude just showed up about an hour ago. He said, oh, I'm a creep. For some reason. I don't know. Thom Villager, yeah, I'm just trying to see. he only sells the air shards. But I suppose I can turn air shards into any shards I want. Wizard with emeralds. Let's go get emeralds and raid a few. Oh, they sell any shards. It's just that it's not shown. Okay, if I can get shards right now, somehow I get those shards, then it's gonna get really interesting today, maybe. Because I'm actually planning on getting those MV blocks that allow you to levitate. I just want to experience. Oh, and I got the arcane shards, the stone blocks. It means that I will get another thirsty tank. Yeah, maglevs, which is like magic levitation or something. Is this all the emeralds I have? I thought I had more. 14 is nothing. I got the blocks, but do I really want to? No. I haven't visited the villagers in like forever. So, the wizard one. Is he the wizard? Please don't tell me I've got one wizard. Trade station. Yeah. So this is the... Wait. This is the easiest trade. I don't want to be frequent on visiting that thing. I want to buy all the things I can right off the bat, and then beef nugget. Where do I get a beef nugget? Oh, right, the bee. Sure, why not? Let's buy the ring. Infernal furnace. How do I know that? Oh, it's even worse. Purifying bath salts. This stone slowly recharges held once. Purifying bath salts again. No, that didn't work. I don't have what it takes. I didn't get any shards. Of course. Why would I? Let's get back to our base and think hard. You know, the main problem with the villagers is that I have to get down there every time I want to do something with them, and it is very inconvenient. What is there to look at? HV cables, electrum, right? No. Maybe you actually know more than I do. I just remember that I think I used electrum or gold, probably even gold. Well, it loses to electrum. Electrum loses. Yeah, I used electrum once. If only there could be a recipe called shard duplication. That would make so much sense. But no. Actually, unless I can buy those things. I got the soul sand. Oh, thank you. I don't know how probable was that, but I got the soul sand. Now I can start on finding patches and putting them in the bottles. Soul vials. Thank you. Is there a way to duplicate that or make something to slime soil? Solarium dust. Gold dust and ashes. Okay, the solarium is here. I can smelt it now. Soul vial. Fused quartz. Is it doable? Certus quartz dust plus glass, and yes, it's doable. Finding biomes. Didn't you get the witchery thing? Book of Biomes. It basically trivializes the aspect of finding new biomes for your bees. You could just do all of the things in front of you, you know. Hmm. Fused quartz. 3 fused quartz. Oh my god. Okay. That is a lot. Let's get 16 in there. Hopefully it'll be as fast. Why do I always try to make things in a very low amount? So I can obviously make more. Now, where do we get patches? We need to get the hell away from here, get a platform of sorts, and then just chill out there and wait till those guys actually appear. Just made 1k bronze sheets by accident. It's not a bad thing at all, especially if you made those that 1k plates while you were in Steam Age. That's more than okay. But if it's some kind of like later tiers of the game, you wouldn't even notice if you'd made 1 million of bronze plates. It wouldn't even matter. So it depends on the tier, of course. Yes, you can. Yeah, definitely. It will be enough for all the multis, and then you will have some left, maybe, or maybe actually maybe not. So as far as I remember, every multi takes about 200 to 300 bronze plates. So it will definitely be enough for something. Okay. Okay. Fused quartz. I also remember I promised that I will get more of the recyclers. And somebody told me that the speed of the next recycler is better than of this one. So I'll check. Maybe the recycler is a lot better. Solarium nuggets. Oh yeah, the MV. 2, 3. Oh wait, lathe first. I only need 1 soul vial. Now I can trap any monster I want, including patches. Let's go get down there again. $1k bronze plates and no copper cables for circuits. Yeah, there's only mining for you. But if you played GOG, you would be able to get all of that without mining. Just by stopping by at your, what I call toilet, where you get your experience, aka green liquid, turned into into good things like copper. I get about 1 stack of copper dust every 20 seconds, I think, maybe every 30 seconds. Well, of course, it's not infinite. You need to wait for some time before it can actually work like that. So I want to resuscitate this little enterprise. So what do I need to do? I just need to get 4 buckets of water. I can get it from that thing, or even from here. Yes, you should. You should definitely do that. I'm just... Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alfie, what you've spent your moss on? Where'd you use it? The first moss ball that you get in the game, which allows you to regenerate your tools slowly. It's always like a such a high stake thing for me. I always want to spend it on the best possible option in the game. Like when I'm getting my first steel hammer, I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna use it on my steel hammer because steel is really expensive, and by using it on a steel hammer I won't have to repair it with steel, therefore saving up some steel. And I'm like, okay, but then after some time I get better kind of like material for my hammer, but what do you know, this thing's already used up. Actually, I don't know, maybe it persists if you change the heads of the hammer. Maybe it persists and kind of works with, still works on a tool even if you've changed the core ingredient of that. Oh, Slime King, I've never fought this guy. So, technically that should start bringing me some dudes down here. You say kingdom. Oh my god, hi. It's been a long time since you've last been here. How are you doing? Where have I been? I don't know, life. I rarely stream once a week maybe. And yeah. Just that's my schedule, I guess. Where have you been? Last I streamed was last month. What? I streamed a week ago. It literally says that on my Twitch channel where I have a VOD about 7 or 8 days ago. Oh, I didn't even think that I need the spectral glass for this thing to work, because basically I've set the water up. You've been in Minecraft? Which Minecraft? This Minecraft or just Minecraft? Bedrock edition. Okay. We probably have nothing to talk about because I play Java edition. It's like those are two separate worlds. The reds and the blues, right? Level 30 in Bed Wars. I never played Bed Wars. I kind of know what that is about, but I'm not a huge fan of multiplayer Minecraft anyway. It's just kind of went past me. I only played with friends, but never on like public servers or anything. Bed Wars. Okay, and do as you see fit, you know. People usually do keep my tab open for some reason. What's a 3 million ad? Some kind of new Twitch program? What's he saying? Who, me? What the hell's that? What's going on? There's something wrong with my chat. You're saying you just got a 3M ad, and I don't know what that is, and then I said something, and you said like, what is he saying? And after that, I literally got all the nicknames of the people that probably watch me right now, and it's not on Twitch inside the Twitch chat itself. It's right here in Minecraft. It's either I don't know, press some buttons, the sequence of buttons or something that allowed me to show to see all the people that are watching me right now, or it's like straight up some kind of like ghost phantom shit. Somebody's watching me over my shoulders or something. Well, I guess I only have one layer. It should be enough. Dumb patches. And all of that for what? For a fraction of their power? It's nothing anyway. Because they despawn all the time. Even if you name tag them, they still despawn. There is a way to keep them from despawning, is by always keeping their inventory full. The bullshit. I'll try to see into that, look into that. Maybe it can work. At least I'll be able to finish some quests. Like kill all the things one. Let's get farther away from here. No. There's a better way, and we all know what that is. It's the singular cells. They've always been, and will be the best way of getting patches. I need to place some lights up in this building. So that it doesn't mess with my other farm. Also probably should prep some gold wires in case trading goes real mad. In case I will be able to get the shard trade. I'll probably need to start bees at some point, really. I'm trying to put this off for as long as possible because I remember the hurdle that I had before with them. Even in normal GregTech New Horizons setting, here with all the freaking biomes and stuff, it's gonna be even worse. And I still to this day don't really understand the concept of when you ruin your bee by inbreeding a characteristic into it that doesn't allow it to breed further. Like if you're trying to breed the nether bee with some other bee to get the third bee, for some reason to get the third bee, and it has the nether requirements, but at the same time it can't be in the nether or something like that. I don't quite remember the specifics, but it basically ruined your bees. And I don't know how to prevent that. Well, basically you need to breed a couple of times, and if the breed is not correct, you just throw it away and start a new one. But I don't know. Never felt right. Disabling this for now. And filling out another chunk. Basically the same mechanic I used to have back in the day when I started this run. Having a skeleton farm and a single cell farm nearby, it never actually changed. The war never changes, right? I think I butchered this quote. Alright, now the cells. single cells again to force patches to spawn. Turned out to be the best option. I've done it so many times, and I don't know, it feels like I'm not even progressing in this game at all by just sticking to the same old I don't know, ways of dealing with stuff. It's like I'm still in the first episode or one of the first episodes where I got that going. The skeleton farm and the single cell farm nearby. Not proud of that, really. Okay, this should work. Now let's wait. I'm kind of afraid. Gonna block that. Not a single spawn. There's gotta be something wrong with it. It's Cherry Blossom Grove, but I am not getting any spawns. Let's get further away. So, what have we achieved today? I suppose nothing, in terms of... Yeah, literally nothing. Could have at least crafted a few circuits of MV, that would have been something. But no, we had to go get patches for flying stuff. Didn't get either of those things. Yeah. Did you feel like you have let your viewers down or something? One part of me goes like, I'm an independent person, I do whatever I want to, if you don't want to, don't watch me and stuff. And the other part of me kind of like feels sorry for people that watch me. Well, mostly like me, I also almost get bots. Well, there are a few people's like, few people like you who are real. But yeah, bots are crazy. Yeah. I don't know, I don't have a single mob in the system. You know why? I know. It's the... What's the word? There's an enigma for you. Well, not like, what do you call this thing, like when you need to guess something, like guess what's going on here, like why can't mobs spawn here? The reason is very, very simple. It's because the floor is built out of stone bricks that I've chiseled, which means that mobs cannot spawn on those blocks. Yes, yes. Nobody even told me that. Nobody even thought about that. Well, again, it's on me. I should have thought about that. Yes, yes, really. I don't know why I have gags like this all the time. I've already renamed my run into a Greg Tech New Horizons gag run because of how much stupid shit I do. And sometimes it can linger up to 2 hours before I realize that something is wrong, something trivial like that. I honestly don't know why I feel betrayed that I have found out that early what's wrong with this setup, because usually it takes me a lot more than that. Yeah, I understand. I guess I can safely say that maybe like 40% of my run was spent on some total idiotic shit. Like, nobody would ever do that. And I decided to do it because I was like fixated on something, or I don't know. It's like that situation when you want to do the thumb and go mine coal for 2 hours. Was it necessary? Maybe. But sometimes your body kind of and your mind kind of lets you into this zone where you basically think that something is so important that you would rather do that, but in reality it just has nothing to do with importance. You just feel safer, you know, like there's some energy conservation type of thing. your brain kind of picks the best route not to get overburned or anything. Oh, finally got some spawns. I want to hear the marvelous, majestic patches sounds. And I don't hear them. This is a skeleton. What, yeah. Surely it will be. I think you're talking about benzene, right? The better power source. I kind of went this route myself, and it's great. Water cell, really. Okay, I want some circuits now. But the reality is that I need 3 circuits. Oh my god. Copper wire. I got a bunch of dudes in there. Which one is the one I need? You're definitely not the one. God. Oh my god. Of course. Who would have thought? Yeah. That is crazy. Corvus. I don't know, man, I'm sorry, but looking at your nickname, I wanted to say coronavirus. I'm sorry that I'm joking at your expense, but hi, I'm glad you, to see you here for the first time, of course. You literally pronounce it like coronavirus? Yeah. Sorry if that offended you, but I always like to discuss nicknames with people. My biggest regret about my own nickname, which I probably just gonna change out of spite, is the fact that it sounds differently in different dialects. You know, some people say basil, some people say basil, and I get super mad when people say basil for some reason. But you can't change their the way they pronounce things, right? Because first of all, it's like a noun. It's a thing that people add in food, I guess, to food. Kind of like a plant or something. So but yeah, if you think about Corvus, Corvus instead of coronavirus, it sounds even more ominous, you know? It's like one of those names from Warhammer 40k or something. You know, the Chaos Legion and stuff. The Burb family, like the bird family. I'm not really familiar with the Underworld. I know Undertale, but I don't know Underworld. One bit by wolf and one by bat. old films and old people. I'm kind of used to the fact that Twitch is now for oldies. 40 plus. You would think it's old, but actually, just some 10 years ago, some 15 years ago, when this stuff was like starting to grow, those dudes were already my age. So, I don't know what's old anymore. You would think that 70 years old is something who's old, because now 60-year-old people play games and stuff. Back when I was a kid, nobody that was even 50 played games. .36 is fine. I mean, any age is fine. Wait, by bugger you mean the thing that's in your nose, right? Is this the bugger? Or do you have any other meaning for the word bugger? Oh. Cheeky bugger. I get it. I don't know what you've thought by bugger, but in my language, in my native language, which is Russian, just a quick reminder, we have a word connected to a bugger, but it's like snot. And sometimes when you say like you're just a snot, it means like you are like a newbie, you know, like a newbie. So, in my opinion, I don't know, maybe you are disagreeing with me here, but booger is a solid thing in your nose, and snot is somewhat more liquidy. Is that true, or am I being misled by my thoughts? Snot is liquid, yeah, and we've got this thing in my language when we say that somebody's a snot, it means that they are very inexperienced and basically just out of the womb, you know? And maybe you meant like by 36-year-old cheeky bugger, you meant like you were actually very, very young and inexperienced yet. That's what I was thinking about. Derogatory term used as a term of abuse, typically for a man, used as a term of affection or respect, grudgingly. I just hope we didn't hurt the poor bugger. Oh, okay. Very, very rich language. Why do you think so? Half the words I say, I correct them all the time, you know? I can't say a sentence properly without correcting myself every 2 to 3 words. And it's I'll be lucky enough if I finish a sentence without ever correcting anything. I'm from up in the north, so mumbles and random slang. I don't know how frequent that is in where you live for people to speak in mumbles and random slang instead of the real language, but I suppose I also have I also have this kind of thing where where I live. It's just we have this. I don't know. It truly depends on where you live. If you live closer to a big city or something, then presumably your parents are gonna know how to speak and they're gonna teach you how to speak. But if your parents are people that, you know, I wouldn't want to say like low walks of life or anything, but like farmers and manual laborers, those guys can get pretty uneducated, you know. Some people say that you have to read books in order to be literate, but in order to speak well, but I truly don't believe that is the case. As with any other thing, if you want to learn how to speak well, which I'm of course trying to do myself, you just have to practice. There's nothing better than if you want to learn to do something, you gotta practice doing it. Nickel. There's an XP recipe, but I think you were not interested in that. Which by far is the easiest way to get the nickel, I think. If you've got sufficient XP or mob farm somewhere around. Okay, I've got 2 MV circuits. Where do I go with it? Where do I go with it? Do I go... Do I go the forming press route and get the solar panels? What amount of solar panels am I gonna get? 1 to 3? Especially considering the fact that each of those require 2 integrated circuits. I decided that I'm not gonna move my ass with the crop managers until I get the 8-volt solar panel on top of it as a cover. That's gonna take the forming press plus this carbon thing, autoclave. The first one will do, right? The LV1, super useful. Why so ugly though? They changed the... They looked so cool, now they're so sucky. Look at that. Do you remember how the solar panels looked from GregTech? They looked a lot better than they do now. What the hell is that? Well, anyway, in order to get the LV ones, we will need a solar factory, which is a crazy thing in its own. Okay, I guess I'll be finishing for the day. Gotta go to work tomorrow and everything. Don't want to stay up too late. Today we haven't done anything. Well, I did get 2 electronic circuits. I did get about 100 plus aluminum, which is okay. And it's still getting done. Then I fixed my benzene setup for the 3rd time in a row, which is also fine. What else? What else did I do? Well, I set myself up for some... Yeah, sometimes GregTech knows better. I definitely agree with you. It's okay. Next time I'll probably begin with getting either the better recycler or the forming press for the solars, and then probably automate wood, and then we'll see. And then we'll see. Well, there's nothing else to do. I need to automate wood, and I need to start on mass producing scrap boxes. Then once I get enough of those, I can safely get to the laser engraver route where I get the HV circuit, and then I safely enter the HV tier, and there the fun starts. Actually, it doesn't start at all, because I don't know why I need to be here for. I won't be able to get titanium, won't be able to smelt it because I will need meteors for that, and it's some other story. I think I can only brag about being at MV right now, because the actual progress where I'm at is probably even still at the Steam age. You may ask why, and the answer is simple. I didn't do any of the bees. I didn't do any of the crop breeding, and it means in those 2 spheres I'm a total beginner right now. So, and that is very important, to have a lot of crops that I can rely on, and a lot of bees, so I can get breakthroughs with them. Like, there are certain types of items that I cannot get any other way but through bees, and bees will help me with that. But I'm afraid I won't be able to actually start bees until I get the witchery book that will convert biomes for me. So we'll see. Okay, I guess I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you all for watching, and Oh, caste supremacy. Supremacy, right? I don't remember. I didn't notice you were here, man. Sorry. My Twitch chat is showing two nicknames of blue nicknames as Alfie and yours, and I just thought that it was the same person, Alfie, who talked to me. Hi, Cass, and hi and bye. Thank you for also checking up on my stream. It's very kind of you. So yeah, I'm gonna probably rage it to someplace else and be through with it. Yeah, catch you later as well, Alfie. Thank you for watching. Random potatoes, where you're going. Goodbye.